Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I probably, like many of you out there, especially if you clicked on this video, rather enjoyed the One Piece live action over there on Netflix after an absolute abysmal track record of Netflix bombing with one dismal, disastrous dumpster fire after another, trying to adapt any kind of anime through their streaming service. So let anybody think about Cowboy Bebop, shall we? Well, ladies and gentlemen, apparently they learned their lesson, and One Piece turned into an absolute banger. The majority of the fans were very, very happy about it, and I think at the end of the day, having Oda's hand on things and controlling things so very well is probably one of the most important factors of the whole situation that kept it so tightly and well done in keeping the spirit of the One Piece anime and manga very much alive and the characters true very much to their original forms in the show. So it became an absolute resounding success. So it was no shocker there whatsoever that the second season was greenlit almost immediately by Netflix, and it's something that many people are very excited for. We've heard talks about the fact that the filming is supposed to start this summer, and now we have a little bit of a teasing information from the series' editor about what we can look forward to in Powers and how the characters will develop in the second season. And I, for one, am very excited about this. So, fair warning right now, if you don't want any potential spoilers for the second season, or for some reason you haven't started watching the anime or reading the manga yet of One Piece, and you don't want to know what happens in the second season, I highly recommend you just go ahead and smash that like button, leave us a comment down below saying that you are leaving, and I appreciate your subscription as well before you get off. Now, to all of you out there who want to find out about all of this kind of stuff, boys and girls, we're going to get right into this and enjoy this. Are one of the very few rare times we get to enjoy an article from Screen Rant. We're going to get into all of this. Like I said earlier, smash that like button, share with all your friends, subscribe and or follow if you have not already, and let us know what you think and whether or not you're excited for the One Piece live action season 2 over there on Netflix coming here shortly in about a year or so. I think is the plan. I think it's next year that I think they plan on releasing it, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Who knows what could happen between now and then, as we've seen so many times in Hollywood over the years, boys and girls. So here we go from ScreenRant.com. One Piece Season 2's character powers teased by series editor. Now, obviously, we don't want to go over the summary because we don't want to spoil anything just yet. And plus, they took so much time and effort to write out this very nice article after all. One Piece editor Eric Littman teases the wonderful and wild new power being brought to the screen in season 2 of the Netflix live-action adaptation. The hit manga by Ikiro Oda follows the ambitious journey of a hopeful pirate captain Monkey D. Luffy, who hopes to make his name by discovering a long-lost treasure. Despite Netflix's history of divisive anime adaptations, that's a very nice way to put it, Screen Rant. I think our description earlier was much better. One Piece was met with praise for both critics and audiences alike, pleasing longtime fans while giving new viewers a good introduction to the franchise. With production on One Piece Season 2 preparing to set sail soon, series' editor Littman teased what viewers can expect to see in the new batch of episodes while talking to Gold Derby, revealing that he had received a glimpse at the scripts ahead of filming. Littman is excited to see what's coming, highlighting that the new powers are a definitive highlight of the upcoming episodes. Check out Littman's full tease below. Says, I've read some of the scripts for One Piece Season 2. I'm pretty excited about where things are going. There are some pretty cool powers coming. Now, obviously, a lot of people that can speculate all of that kind of stuff. One Piece Season 2 will reveal the powers of the devil fruits, talking about all of the different ones that you can eat. You can do all of that kind of stuff. I mean, this is something that you see going on in the arcs later on in the One Piece series. I think I'm at like episode 650 or 700 or something like that. So I know I still have a long way to go, but I'm fairly far into it. Like I know basically what's coming, what's going to end up happening in season 2. Hopefully we're going to end up seeing Choppa come in, which is already kind of the plan of it. We've got a very nice, our dear sweet lady from the Halloween franchise is out there hard turn going for Dr. Moreau, which of course would be really cool. I think she's definitely got the look for it, and she's definitely got the crazy for it as well. I think would be a lot of fun. And I don't think seeing her as any kind of crazy drunk doctor would surprise anybody in any way, shape, or form. So hopefully that ends up panning out as well. We haven't had anything officially announced yet, but of course, that would also be a little bit of a spoiler to the story that we would know as well. So I'd imagine that's something we're going to not find out until the very end before all this kind of stuff. So One Piece Season 1's most notable elements was how it conveyed the incredible powers of the manga live action without dipping in anything too uncanny or unbelievable. The series didn't tone down or rewrite any of the powers, leaning into their over-the-top nature to not only ensure that Luffy's devil fruit gifted powers were on display from the very first episode, but that the extraordinary deeds of Garp's cannonball throw and Mihawk's single-handed fleet takedown made it on screen. With this, One Piece's over-the-top action was faithfully maintained. And that's one of the things that a lot of people were worried about. And that's one of the things that Oda even talked about in some of his early interviews, was talking about how he had to wait until the technology had finally caught up to a point to where he thought that they could properly adapt it in live action, because that was something he was worried about, the powers not being able to properly done, it looking cheesy, it looking ridiculous. But as we've seen in the modern era, when you actually take the proper amount of time to do your CGI right, yes, Disney, yes, Warner Brothers, we're looking at you. when you actually give your CGI guys the proper amount of time and the proper amount of knowledge and foresight to know what they're going to be doing, and with the proper amount of time to do their craft properly, then you get the incredible kind of stuff that we saw in the One Piece live action over there on Netflix, which did not look cheesy. It did not look anywhere trashy or anywhere near as bad as some of the nonsense that we've seen obviously come out of either the MCU or Warner Brothers Discovery under their DC banner with things like The Flash and stuff like that. So obviously this is something you can be done properly if you're willing to faithfully take the time, have a proper plan, have everything adapted out from the beginning, and have the CGI guys enough time to do their things properly. So with season 2 seeing Luffy and his crew venture closer towards Goldie Roger's fabled treasure, not really if you've been watching the manga or the anime. More incredible feats will be performed by both new and returning characters. After coming together as a terrifying duo in the One Piece Season 1 ending, Buggy and Alvida indicate more Devil Fruit users will appear across the series, and new powers acquired by the later and showcase new pirates, including Croc DeVille, will expand the viewer's know-how about the still mysterious fruits. As such, One Piece Season 2 promises even more bombastic battles. And obviously, if you know anything about the anime or the manga, you're going to know that Alvida is going to eventually take her own devil fruit and obviously slim down and become a much more attractive version of the Alvida we saw in the first season, and obviously in the first series and the story arc that we saw in season 1 of the anime and the manga as well. So that could be very interesting to see. Obviously, that's something we're going to see going on in the future. And obviously, we're going to see how, if you end up, obviously, you're going to have to introduce Crocodile at some point. And seeing some of his powers with the sand and everything else is going to be absolutely wild. It's going to be absolutely insane. I hope they take I know they're going to do, if they end up doing season 2, just like they did season 1, the CGI is going to be great. They're going to end up doing a good job. And we're going to end up seeing some absolutely amazing devil fruit powers seen in live action on the screen. And I think that's going to be really cool. As a long-running beloved series, the world of One Piece has become an incredibly expansive and rich setting beyond the Straw Hat Pirate Quest. While Season 1 incorporated later developments of additional characters into its early chapters, as seen with Kobe's induction into the Marines, there is still plenty that hasn't been shown. While mysteries such as Shank's past and powers have yet to be fully explored, Lippmann's One Piece Season 2 tease is sure to leave newcomers eager to learn more. And I think that's one of the things that's going to be exciting. And obviously, like I said, we've got Season 2. It's actually kind of scheduled for like 2025, tentatively right now. They're supposed to start filming this summer. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get some trailers here. Hopefully we'll probably get some trailers, probably I'd imagine early next year, depending on how far along they are and as long as production and everything goes fine this summer. So hopefully pray that all ends up going well, because you know what, boys and girls, it's so nice. It's so refreshing in a modern era, seeing so many absolute bad adaptations, seeing so much garbage put out there, so many of our beloved IPs, whether it be superheroes, whether it be manga, whether it be anime, whether it be, classic stories of literature like J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, seeing something that's actually properly adapted in the modern era and seeing that kind of stuff, put it on the big screen, that not only makes critics and fans all happy and brings in so many new viewers that had never had any interest in anime or manga before, that are now out there watching the anime or out there reading the manga, or just absolutely fell in love with the live action series and cannot wait to see the second one come to fruition. Either way, this is a good thing. So rejoice, be happy, and be joyful for the fact that, guess what? We're getting one really good adaptation over here. And as long as we keep supporting it, as long as they keep doing a good job, it'll continue going forward. And we know we've got a whole lot of One Piece still left to go. And there's a whole lot of other projects that Oda is wanting to work with on Netflix or surrounding inside the One Piece universe. So it looks like for all of us One Piece fans out there is a very bright and exciting future. And I cannot wait to see what season 2 holds for the Straw Hat crew, because it's going to be very, very exciting, ladies and gentlemen.